Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, July 17th, and this is our QOL pre-market analysis for today. Before we get started, real quickly, I'm not going to spend too much time today. Go to our website, QOLtrading.com, put your name, email address in here. You will be subscribed for our free newsletter that we put out every Sunday that goes over the week in review and the weekend ahead. To join our Discord community, you come up here and you can hit the live trading desk, or you can hit the Discord symbol of here and it will take you to the sign-in page. Down in the lower left-hand corner here, you can join our Discord community for free, and it will bring you to our Discord channel where we offer free channels, levels that I will go over for you if you put a comment in there. I'll go over all levels. I do not go over any penny stocks, though, however. If you want to upgrade and you want to come to our live trading desk from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time, you can click here and you get a free trial, a free day's trial to come and stick your nose in there and see what that's about. If you want our QOL ORB Scalper that we just created, you can come down here and you can click that. And then if you want a bundle package, you click the arrow over here and you can get the bundle package here for live trading, 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, along with the ORB Scalper. And the ORB Scalper is everything we're going over here. It gives you it plots your opening range high, low. It gives you profit targets on the downside and on the upside. And it gives you your little table here, identifying, spelling everything out for you so you don't have to put measurements on there. Depending on what time chart you are on, you could do a 1 minute, a 2 minute, a 5 minute, up to the 15 minute. And then it gives you your range, your high, your low, your mid-range of that range. It gives you the total dollars of that range. It gives you a range quality. It gives you a grade, long grade. Obviously, it's D because the market's selling off. It gives you a short grade, B, because we are short bias everywhere right now, obviously. And then the higher time frame you go to, the less noisy it is, right? So up here, we're looking at a 2 minute. Down here, we're looking at a 5 minute. If I change that 5 minute to a 15 minute, you'll see there's less noise on there from yesterday, right? You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signals, maybe 6 signals versus what you see up here on the 2 minutes. So come on and hit that description down below, and then you can get more access down there as well. So that being said, let's get into our economic data for today. Today being Friday right now, housing starts 1.43 million, expected 1.3 million. Building permits are down a little bit. Import prices, 0.3%. They were expecting down 0.7%. So not sure how that's going to impact things. There's some flushing going on in the market right now. And let's get into that right now. So here is the oil. We'll start with the oil. Oil is elevating right now, obviously due to the increased conflict going on in Iran. We do have these gap downs, one from June 15th at $84.34 a barrel. It is sitting below the 50-day moving average, so that is positive. However, we are above the 20-day moving average, sitting at $73.40 and $74.53 on the 200. So possibly pop up here to this 84.34 before you get a little headwind up there to push back a little bit. As far as the VIX, let's take a look at the VIX right now. VIX is elevated, got a gap up. We have a gap up here from Friday down at $15. So there's a few gaps on. I did not fill it in with orange yet. So we are above the 20-day on the VIX right now. So things are flushing. So that is to be expected. We are just below. We hit the 200-day moving average at $18.70, and then it rejected that right now. So you want to stay below that today, so maybe the market can recover a little bit. If you get above the 200, you're going to the 100-day moving average at $19.68. I'm not sure if we do have some gap ups, gap downs here. One from April 8th, $25.74, and then one just above that at $30.34. So if you do get a break, a hold above that 1968, you possibly can get some more flush on the marketplace and continue to push forward here. So we are creating some gap ups right now, though. So that is positive for the market to turn around for us. Getting into the ES. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. Don't be afraid to share this video. Also, if there's things that you want me to cover in the videos that I don't, drop me a note and I'll be glad to go over it. Like I said, I do not go over any penny stocks. So we're getting some flush in the marketplace right now, and I think people are kind of curious what's happening, right? So I think what I read yesterday, there were 1.2 million accounts in Korea that were margined, that were leveraged, and so margin calls started hitting in Korea right now. So that's triggering a flush right there. And there is heavy margin debt right now here in the United States as well. What is margin debt? That means that people are using their stocks to leverage those stocks to buy stocks without actually having money in their account. And if the market falls to a certain level, they lose value in those, and it triggers margin calls and it automatically closes out positions. So it could trigger it and it flush it out. And I personally think that that's one of the main reasons why things are flushing right now. So getting back into it now, here's the ES right now. We lost the 20, we lost the 50. The 20 was sitting at 75.33.79, and the 50 is sitting just below that at call it 75.31 and change. So as long as we're below this, people, now I said this yesterday, if you are above the moving averages, it's a bullish sign. We did see yesterday in the post market, it tried to hold these levels and pop up, and then we lost these levels. So right now, as long as you're below the 50 and below the 20, I'm not looking long, not here right now. You know, one of your trade strategies could be a little pop and fade. If you pop into this level here, this 75.29.50 level, it's a low from July 7th here. Could be a pop and fade. It's a break and retest. You broke that level, you come back up here, test it, and for some more downside here. So if you do flush, you could flush down to the 74.80. If you lose that, you come down to June 12's low at 74.27. You want to regain this 20 for more upside. If you regain this 20 for more upside, you could possibly push into yesterday's close, where it's 75.69.25. Okay, let's get into SPY. Same thing on the SPY, not surprised. Lost the 20, hanging on the 50 though here. So you could be trapped in here between this 50 and the 20. The 50 is going to be at about 744.07. You did hold this 743.46 level. It's a May 15th high. So that's a beautiful break and retest. So I don't necessarily mind the longs here. However, if you lose this, could flush out to that 740.05 level, which is the beginning of the month low. And then below that, you have another high at 736.53 from June 26th that you could flush to. So if you regain the 20, you could possibly regain all this aftermath from yesterday, and then possibly push into this 750.44 level, which is pretty much close to yesterday's low. Excuse me, yesterday's close. Nasdaq, we've been talking about the Nasdaq being sloppy for a while now, so you can see that Nasdaq is just flushing out pretty heavily right now. I think if the Nasdaq pops today, you'll want to probably use this level here. 28,912.75 would be a level to pop into. If you lose 28.12, which is June's low, I was talking about this a few weeks ago. Got to hold that 28,512 low. If you lose that low, unfortunately, I think you could possibly pull back down here. There's 27,788. So we have been talking about these lower highs and lower lows, and now we were in a channel for a little while, and we broke the channel last night now. So you got to watch that channel, pop into this 28,912.75, possibly fade that, and above that, you could possibly pop into this 29,044 level here and fade that as well. You're breaking these lows. I like this low though. This is not bad here, either of these. So I would watch the pop and fades there. Got to watch this 28.512, people. If you lose that 28.512, I think you're going to have some more flush. So watch yourself today. It is Friday, so don't do anything stupid. Let's get over to the Qs. The Qs are going to show us the same thing. Well below the 20 now at 719.70, and the 50 sitting just below that at 718.76. Excuse me. So same thing here. We have June lows at 686.37. Got to hold those lows if you pop down there. Could be a break and retest, though, which would be pretty decent here, holding that level. However, if you lose 686.37, I don't have anything until 668.90, which is an April high. That's the month of April's high, so that would be a pretty decent level if the market flushed down to potentially think about getting your long. It is sitting above the 100-day moving average as well at 666.34. upside, not looking for upside until you regain these 20s, people. So that's pretty much it. So your thesis today, looking for pop and fade. So put these levels on your charts. You can use all these levels for pop and fades. If you break a low, you come back up, break and retest. That could be a pop and fade there too, right? So if you pop into 707.56, look for a sell on that, right? But you do have to understand you have the close here. So this is a close from yesterday, 705.94. That could be a decent level for pop and fade as well. Okay, let's get into Mag 7. We'll fly through this. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and like this video, and don't be afraid to share it with anybody. Thank you. Here we go. NVIDIA. Gotta get above 204.13 in order to continue to push higher. If not, you could possibly use this as a break and retest level. It is a higher end regressional trend line that we lost here. It's a short regressional trend line that I drew from May 14th of this year. We are holding this 263 level right now in pre-market, which is good. If you flush it through that and you lose the 199.34 level, I think you come down to this 194 level, which is the same midline regressional trend line that I have here from May 14th, right? So you can see this red line is the higher end, this white line is the midline regressional, and this green line is the lower end. So if you do flush, excuse me, you want to at least hold this midline. If you lose that, then you can continue to flush down here to the 188.88 level, and then the lower end regressional trend line at 183.92, which is also sitting above this 181.22, which is March 25th's high. Let's get over to Apple. Apple hit that at 127% extension number at 134.98. It did that, almost did that yesterday during the regular hours. Popped up there in the close yesterday, and we are below it right now. So that's a level for me. It's a rough for me. If we are not above that, I'm not looking longs. Ideally, you want to pull back to this previous all-time high at 323.45. If you lose that, you've got a previous all-time high at 317.40. So either of these level pullbacks would be pretty nice. If you lose that, you come back down. You could flush down to 315.13. And if you lose 315.13, you're going to flush to 305. Simple as that. On the upside here, I don't have anything on the upside. You could push this post-market high here. Actually, I can do this as a all-time high. Are you not typing for me? Oh, that all-time high post-market. That could be a level right there. If you get above that, you got 161.8% extension up there at 360.27. So you're gonna have to create some volume up here and some chitter chat for the markets to give you some data up there. You know, one thing that we're looking at right now, we're looking at a 15-minute chart. So if you guys pay attention, this is the ORB Scalper on the Thinkorswim platform as well. It's working out beautifully. You could see on Apple yesterday, you broke your range. 329.03. Your first price target was 331, and your second price target was 332. So that worked beautifully yesterday. Getting over to Meta flushing out just like the rest of them right now. You can see Meta's 15-minute didn't, gave you some signals, but it didn't hit any price targets. Would have hit your price target in post-market right now, but that doesn't really count because we're not trading that way. I have this level here. Regressional trend line here from October 29th of 2025. It's an upper end regressional trend line. So I do like if you do flush to this, maybe you get a little bounce here at 638.59. If you lose that, you've got a May 23rd low at 618.70. On the upside here, if you can, this is the high end. Is this the high end here? What is this level here? That's a midline from yesterday. So if you can regain 664.53, you could possibly push into 677.86. Things are flushing though, people. You're looking for pop and fades today. That's one thing I would pay attention to right now. Let's see what this is doing here. We are above the 200-day at 640.99, so maybe a pullback into there. That could be a decent level to pull back into as well. So let's get over here, fix this. Okay, back on that. Let's get over to Google. Google right now, beautifully on the ORB Scalper yesterday. Look at that. Boom. Sayonara. Hit that, broke that, and boom, hit it. Nice little speed zone it created up here too. So if you could regain that 356.61 level, I like us pushing back, and you could probably regain that whole move on the downside here We are at a level of support I have here at 344.12. It's June 26 high. If you lose that, we've got a midline regressional trend line here that I drew here from May of this year. It's very early on. So that is a level that you could potentially utilize as well. If you lose this level here, 342.62, I don't really have anything until you get to 330.47. So watch those levels, pop and fades today right now. If we go over here and we look at where our moving averages are, you do have the 100-day moving average at 342.13. Could utilize that as well, but you can see we lost our 20-day moving average yesterday, 354.78. So I would not be looking long until you can at least regain your 20 on that. Amazon looks like it's getting hit a little bit. Same thing on Amazon. Nice little flush here. Did not get your price targets, but still giving you great signals here. As long as you're holding this 245.73 level, it's June 18's high. I don't mind the longs there. If you lose this, I think you flush down to this 242.70 level. If you lose that 242.70, I really don't have anything until you get down to 233.80 on there. So actually, Amazon today, I would not be looking long on Amazon unless you can regain this 248.93 level. I would be looking for pop and fades right now. Here's yesterday's low. You could possibly put that in there, so we can mark that. Yesterday's low, 716.26 low. So you could pop and fade into that, right? So if the market pops in there, breaking the low, and then retesting it, and then maybe some more downside there, but could possibly be caught in between this 245.73 and 248 level. And let's keep moving on here. Microsoft, and then we'll get into SpaceX, and we'll get on Tesla, and then we'll get on with our week. So Microsoft, beautiful move on Microsoft yesterday. Look at that. Real nice. This is really showing up nicely on these Mag 7 stocks. This is the ORB Scalper. Boom. Broke your range on the high side, 398.45. Your first price target was 405. Could have gotten yourself $7 out of that move for trading options. That's a nice payday for the options. Could have gotten about $4 on your premium there, right? On the downside here, right now, got to regain this 393.76 level. If you are below this level, I think you get more downside. You flush into 389.45. If you lose 389.45, my next levels that I have here, probably this 385.49. If you lose that, 381.90 is a low from June 12th. That you could possibly test as well. So Microsoft could be holding here this 389.45 level. Not a bad level here. Let's take a look and see where our moving averages are. So we are below the 100 at 399.15. That's a level to watch. We are above the 20 though on Microsoft, which is interesting. Microsoft's been getting battered over the last several months, and we did regain the 20-day moving average. So that's positive for Microsoft right now. However, you could be sitting right in between this 100 at 399.15 level, and then down here at the 20 at 380.41 level. So if you lose this 389.45, I don't really have much until you get to 381.90. And then it's also sitting right here at the upper end regressional trend line that I have here from July, almost a complete year ago. So this is a pretty decent level. The further out I go on my levels, the stronger my levels are, right? So good confluence over here, 380.41, 381.90. That's a pretty decent level if the market pulls back there to consider possibly going long there. Okay, let's get into SpaceX, and we will talk about Tesla and the options we're going to do for today. SpaceX lost the opening day low, 330. So actually the opening day opening day low was 135, excuse me. So looking for pop and fades. If you pop up here to yesterday's low, I would look to fade it right now. I think it's going to be in the penalty box right now, at least till the lockup is done. And then when the lockup is done, then I think there'll be some flush, and then it'll get to be a normal trading type stock. But that's not for a few months yet. So I would say right now, pop and fades, looking to pop into yesterday's low and maybe fade that 130.79. On the downside here, I don't have anything here. I have an extension at 109.39. So the same thing I did on a Fibonacci extension on the upside, I did a Fibonacci extension on the downside here. Uncharted territory, best levels that we can do. Fibonacci levels are used widely, universally. So as you saw with Apple, we had nothing on the upside, and I put that 334 level there was a 127.8% extension on the Fibonacci level, and it hit that level like a champ yesterday, and now it's below that level. So same thing on the downside here. I know we are in post-market here, and the volume is not compared to what it's like during the regular trading. And so you have to take all of these moves with a grain of salt. However, things are flushing today right now, so don't get in front of a falling knife, right? Okay, let's get into Tesla, and then we will talk about the options we're going to do for today. So Tesla, we lost a key level yesterday on Tesla. We lost this 390 level was a big level to lose. Tried to regain it in the morning, and then it flushed out in the afternoon, and then in the afternoon tried to rally back again, and then it lost it again. So downside here, got to hold this 380, 305 right now, and we are below it. We're losing that level right now. So next level I got a gap up here from June 29th, 377.86. And then if we lose that level, 375.10. And then we have a, actually this 367.71 level. If we did flush there, I do not mind that level there. That is a May of 2025 high. So like I just said earlier, the longer I go out on my levels, the stronger that level becomes. So not thinking long on Tesla unless you're above this 380, 305 level. And that is also November, the month of November of 2025's low. So big level there. I think it possibly, if you flush out, and that, the market's not going to open for another 40 minutes. So if you continue to flush in the next 40 minutes, you could pop here and possibly use this as a pop and fade, right? And fade this level. If you get above this, maybe you could push back in to this level that we have up here, 387.20. So you have to pay attention to what Tesla is doing right now. And let me just expand this a little bit. I'll give us some more time. So 90. And I'll clean this up for everybody here. So it was consolidating for a little bit. It's a very big consolidation period, right? And, between this level here at 389, 389, and we're going to call it that 412 level. So it was a big consolidating area, and then we lost this level here. So this is a key level, 389.35. As long as we are below that, I am looking for pop and fades. If we go over to our, let me get this. If we go over to our point of controls, and then we look at our levels here, below the 20 now. 20 is sitting at 398.63, below the 100 at 396.65. And on the downside here right now, we have this gap up here. So that could be a decent level that you're looking for some support. But just take what I would do, everybody, take a picture of these levels that I have here. I'm going to get rid of these alarms here. These alarms are no good anymore. I put these alarms on while I'm day trading to let me know when it hits a certain level here. So you can see we're fading here pretty hard. You could use it yesterday's low as another level of pop and fade. So we'll go some. Looks like there's more downside coming right now. So if we do pop in the morning here, 385.32 could be a level. You pop, you break yesterday's low, you pop back into it, pop and fade. Or we could be caught in between this 380.305 level, the 385.32 level. You could possibly put this on your chart here, and if you break one way or the other, you could take your trades based off of those levels there. And then on the downside here, you've got a 377.86 level. I do not have any open point of controls that are close. The closest one we have here is just 408.85, and then nothing until you get above that 420 level. The next one above that 408 level is 455.18, and then we have a 478 level. Downside point of controls, the only open point of control we have on the downside, I've been talking about this for quite a while now, is this 333.97 level. So the market does continue to flush, could make its headway and close that point of control level for us, and then we could start heading upward, hopefully, at some point. Take a snapshot of these levels here, people. These are, today, my thesis is pop and fades. We're below the 50, below the 100, so that is bearish right now. We've been making these lower lows and lower highs and lower lows. You can just see this whole thing stair stepping down. So until you get some good push on the upside here, you have to trust what the market's telling you right now. What's it telling you? People are liquidating and getting out of their positions. There is a speed zone up here, but not until you get above this 391 level. If you get above that 391 level, I think you can quickly move into this 393.63 level and then back up into the 100-day before you get a little resistance up there. So right now, pop and fades. That's my thesis for today. Unless you flush. If you flush to a certain level, I don't mind a flush here to this 377.86 level. Maybe put your stop here at 375.10. All kinds of way to play it, but the market is sold off pretty good. However, like I said earlier, I think a lot of it is due to a lot of the accounts are getting margin called. Definitely in Korea, it was 1.2 million accounts. It's a lot of accounts that got leveraged, that were margin called. And now there's margins, there's heavily margined accounts here in the US as well. So these kind of flushes could trigger a mass flush, right? So good opportunity. Hopefully you have some dry powder sitting on the sidelines and you can take advantage of that opportunity. But right now, I'm not going to be the first one to the party to, to step into this falling knife here. What am I going to do for today? I'm not even going to bother with today's 0 to T on Tesla. I'm going to start with Monday's expiration date. I'm going to start with the 395 calls. I may change that to 390 as the market opens up. You can see they close at 445, but we are down. We're down almost $10 right now. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to wait for the market to open. I'm going to switch that. I'm going to go to 390 calls that expire on Monday. You see they close at 670, but because we're down $10, these are probably going to open up in the threes, maybe in the $4 range. And then we're here at the 380 level here, and I may down $10 there. I'm going to probably change. I'm going to change that right now as well. So I'm going to go 375. So, and these expire on Monday. So you can see these close at $1.17. These are going to spike on the market open because we are $10 lower. These are going to open up in the probably mid threes, maybe in the $4 range. So that's what I'm going to utilize for today. And that's going to be it for today. So anyways, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Like this video for me. We're at 149 subscribers. I need that 150 to get us over that mark right there. Everything on the channel has been growing organically. I do not pay for any subscription, so I need the help of my viewers. So anything you can do for me, I'd appreciate. If I don't see you in the trade room, make sure you go to the website and put your name and email address in there so you can get our weekly newsletter on Sunday. And then also join the Discord community. You can. There is a free section to join it. So you can come on in there and you can be a part of the community. If I don't see everybody in the Discord channel, I will pay attention for the newsletter that comes out on Sunday. And if I don't see you on Sunday, I will see everybody on Monday. Have a great weekend. It's Friday. Don't do anything stupid. Talk to you soon.